What's up, my people? This is Earl Bucket with another poker vlog for y'all. Check it out.
Hey, I rap about my life and how I see it. Oh shit, dog, here we go. Hey, I win every match, man, check the spread. Put away wet, thoroughbred, check the tread. Wake up early, let's make the bread. I'm a dope rapper, search Reddit, click the thread. My show starts now, so save a seat. You heard my record, now check the streets.
This month, I gotta do some fun stuff. Harassed some cows. That's on a hike where I live in Pleasanton. Also went up to the city for their Chinese New Year parade. The Army has an esports team. What the hell? Today is President's Day, so last night I went and ran some cards in Emeryville. You know it, the only spot I go to. Check it out. First thing to notice is this hat. It is a Reno hat. I've only been there once in my life, so I'm a total poser, but this is a beast hat. Shout out to Bart Bridge Clothing, and I like to wear it because it's a gambling type of hat. But I got called out on it. Someone asked me where I played poker in Reno, and I said I've never played there. So we're gonna ditch the hat for now. I guess we gotta earn it. We got the glasses. We're gonna read actually the notes that I took this time. First hand of note, we have pocket queens. Actually is my favorite hand in live poker just because I've won the most just with this hand. If someone raises in middle position, folds us, we 3-bet with queens, so we 3-bet to 60. He calls, flop comes king 10 4, we check, he checks behind. The turn is another king, and this is kind of an interesting spot. We could bet here. Anyway, we check, villain bets, we call, I'm gonna let him bluff at it. The river comes a 10. So here, I think we do have to check the river 10, and so we do. And he checks it back, we show queens, and we are good. He showed an ace, so he had ace high, did not want to bluff at it. Some notes on this, I think I should have fired the flop here, especially in a 3-bet pot. What do y'all think? Alright, so this is a hand, probably overthought or underthought, or I just fucked it up. So this guy who's probably best reg at the table, he opens to 15. The red-headed guy in seat 9 flats. We look down at pocket rockets and we 3-bet to 60. We've been 3-betting a lot. The guy to the left of us flats our 3-bet. And so does the original raiser and the overcaller. So we go 4 ways to a flop. The flop comes 9-9 deuce rainbow. Checks to us. We should be range betting here. So we bet $50. And I don't remember how many people call. At least the pre-flop raiser calls. We get to the turn. The turn is a 2. So it's a double paired board. He checks to us. The pot was, Jesus, must have been 300, 400, and we had, so I tanked. Obviously we're gonna bet here. I was just trying to think of a size, and I decided on shoving. Yeah, I decided on shoving. Why did I shove? I figured, while the appropriate size is still very tiny, like we could bet even less than 100 here. If I actually had a bluff, I would bomb there rather than bet small. And if I have aces, I unblock all of his, if he's got queens or something like that, and we block his folding range, which is like ace high. So he has more of a more condensed calling range. Plus the shove I figured looked suspicious. That was my thinking at the time. He tank folded. I think he folded something like jacks or queens. And so this guy's pretty good, and I think we're pretty bad, at least at live poker. And we'll talk about that in a sec.
Yeah, that's cool.
Alright, so one of the things that I had trouble with is determining the size of the pot and the optimal bet size. I have an optimal bet size that I use for online, and I also have a really good feel for how stack depths operate with those bet sizes. With live poker, because we're often raising like 4 or 5x pre-flop, I have a lot of trouble keeping up with, one, what the size of the pot is, and two, how much is like left behind, so what's an appropriate bet. But anyway, that thing is really important to me, like the using mental energy, and I'm still not used to like using the physical chips, like looking at this and saying, oh, this is $5. Oh man. So I don't know, I don't even know how to improve with that. I guess just get more exposure, but... Alright, so at this point it was starting to get late at the old Oaks Card Club, maybe like midnight or something, and that's when you start to get all of these strange characters, strange creatures coming in. A lot of them are actually pretty fun to play with. This guy sits down, and this guy is playing all kinds of stuff, and I think it was the second or third hand he played, which was also the second or third hand that he was dealt. He went to shove it down with 6-4 offsuit, and it was like he coolered this guy because he rivered a full house. And for this hand, this guy limps in under the gun, and we are next to act, and we look down at ace queen of diamonds, feeling pretty good about ourselves, living the dream. So we pop it up to $15 isolation raise. The dude on our left flats, so that's under the gun +2, folds all the way around, and the limper calls, and we go to a flop. The flop comes 7 of spades, 6 of spades, 9 of clubs. So it is a garbage flop for us, for our range. Under the gun checks to us, and just like a strategy thing, in this kind of spots, we check 100%. So here we check, and the player to our left checks as well, so to the turn. The turn comes the ace of hearts, so we get top pair. Under the gun checks to us, and here I feel like we need to bet quite a great deal, especially if we're checking 100 on the flop. So we fire out $20. The guy to our left folds, and under the gun calls, and we go to the river. River comes bittersweet, the ace of spades. So the front door flush draw gets there. We make top trips. I mean, I don't know what to do. And he checks to us, which makes us feel a little bit better. And here, I decide to bet $55, and that's like around 2/3 pot. And my reasoning is this guy could literally have any ace X, like any ace X. I mean, we've seen him with limp in with 6-4 offsuit. This guy has all aces. So we fire off, and we make the bet, and then the action's on this guy, and he he starts to give a humorous lecture about how people are greedy and how I am greedy. Old Earl here is greedy. Then he calls, and he has queen 3 of spades. So he hits the flush. I don't know. It was worth it just for the speech, because what happened after that was like it became a meme at the table, and like a few other people gave other players like the same speech word for word. It was like 2 hands later, like the dude in our left and the dude 2 to our left were in a pot, and the guy in position was like an old man, and he was like reaching for chips, and the guy to our left was like, oh, you're gonna be greedy. Only greedy people play poker. And I don't know, it's hard to explain, but yeah, I was at a good table at that point in time. Last real hand of note here, we open in the cutoff with queen 9 of hearts, and the guy to our left 3 bets. The guy to our left had been there all night. It's been the same dude. We opened at 12, and he 3-bet to like 28, something like that. It was less than $30, and the big blind cold calls, and it's back to us, and we got a call here, so we call. Go into a flop. The flop comes jack of clubs, 10 of spades, 8 of diamonds. So we flop the nuts, which, hey, it's a good feeling, right? Big blind checks, we check, villain bets 40, fold, and we flat. Alright, on to the turn. The turn comes the king of spades. Now it's just heads up, we check, villain bets 80. And we just flat here, and I know in the hand I was nervous, and now I don't really know why. Like, I actually have no idea. I think, I don't know, this was like building up to be a big pot. We had a really good hand, and sometimes if I have a good hand, I get super nervous. Then the river comes, the 6 of spades, so a backdoor flush hits, and I lead for $100. We like do this donk block bet, which I don't think is a bad play. I actually think it's pretty good. But this guy like gives a speech and very frustratingly folds. So we played this like hot garbage. We have to raise the flop, and we could have won a lot more in this hand. So that is all I've got for you. Obviously, I ran really hot, but I made tons of mistakes. And we bought in for $400, and we left with $774 for a profit of $374. Pretty good pickup there for like 5-6 hours of play. So thanks for everybody who's been supporting the vlog, and thanks to Billy Drew for the music. And stay beast out there, people.
Never sleep. Buy hoes by the minute, check the receipt. My body's here, mine's in another place. My rhymes can transcend time and space. Time is money and shit that I never waste. Success ain't cheap and I like the taste. Yo, I'm a poet of the